Hi, and welcome to Edmond's Tvet Learning Management System Academy. In today's video, we are going to look at how a Tvet trainer can optimize industrial attachment supervision by using Moodle Questionnaire Activity. As Tvet trainers, we know that the success of competence-based training depends not only on what happens in the classroom, but also how effectively we monitor and assess learners during their internship. Unfortunately, the status quo now is using paper-based industrial attachment assessment forms, which normally lead to delays, missing records, and challenges in analyzing learner performance. So in this video, I will show you how to use the Moodle Questionnaire Activity to transform this UVTAB Industrial Training Supervisor Assessment form into a very powerful digital assessment tool. You learn how you can, collect feedback from field supervisors, monitor student competencies, and generate reports that will support data-driven decision making and quality assurance. So let us dive in. So I get into my course. Mine here is called Industrial Attachment Supervision. And whether you're a teacher or an admin, make sure the edit mode is turned on. Okay. Then we shall go and add an activity. And now we can do this by using feedback, the feedback activity, but it has limitations. So I have installed a plugin called Questionnaire. Okay. It is very powerful and it allows me to create surveys and, evaluation forms with rating scales and comment sections. Okay. So we shall name it maybe industrial. Let me pick from UVTAB form. I'll call it industrial assessment form. Okay. Industrial assessment form. You can, give it a description. Form is to be filled by field supervisors, blah, blah. Okay. This form is used by field supervisors to assess, and I make sure I tick so that it is displayed on the course page. Now, there are these general settings, availability. When do you want this form available for filling? You would handle this accordingly. And then the response options. Okay. Do you want the respondents to respond many times or once? Okay. Since this is a field supervisor, you respond once. Respondent type, okay, full name, save and resume during feeding, yes. Okay, so you would read these options and answer accordingly. Okay, content option, you're creating a new questionnaire because I don't have any template. So once this is done, then I can save. So the next now is for us to add questions. Okay, so I would click question, and we have different types here, okay? But I'm going to choose the one that can allow me to use a text box, okay? So I'm following this form from UVTAB. I want to create a provision for the supervisor to write their name of the institution, the name of industry, etc. Okay, so institution, industry, registration. Okay, so our text box, then I go for add question. So the question name here would be the question name here would be name of institution. Okay, name of institution, name of institution, and then response is required. Yes, this is a must. You must give us the name of the institution. Then the question text now would say, please fill in the name of the institution. Okay, name of the institution, and then I save this. Then the next, I'll add name of industry. So the next would be the name of industry, and then this can remain the same, name of industry. Okay, after industry we have the student registration, the name of the student, so still text box, name of the student and name of student. Okay, then the rest would be you populate in all this information. Maybe I would go year of study, save this. Then year of study, that one would be a drop down. Okay, year of study, this is year of study, year of study. Okay, then the possible answers would have maybe year 1 and year 2. Okay, if you have up to year 3, you would add on. So before I continue, let me first preview and see. Okay, please fill the name of the institution, industry. Okay, good. So I come back to the questions here. Now the next is how to create this part here. We are going to create a Likert scale table. Okay, so how do we do this? We'll come add the question type, rate scale. Okay, and then add question type, name of the question, name of the question, so area of assessment, begin with work performance. Okay, this is work performance, and under work performance, what parameters are we looking at? Cooperation with other staff, general ability to use machines, etc. So I populate in the question text here will be rate the student on the following parameters. Okay, on the following parameters. Then how is UVTAB rating this? They have very good, fair, weak. Okay, just pick all this and I paste here. So I'll have very good, fair, and weak. So weak is maybe 1. Then fair is 2. Okay. Then good, sorry here. Weak is 1. Fair is 2. Then good is 3. Very good is 4. Okay. We can add on number 5. Excellent. Okay. So we are saying rate the student on the following parameters. Okay. Then the possible responses now. The possible responses here, we shall have these parameters. Okay. How is the learner cooperating with other staff? Flexibility. Okay. So I'll add them here. Cooperation with staff. Then we have general ability to use various tools. Then cooperation with staff. So there are 4 parameters. Good. So if I save this, let me preview, see how far my instrument. Okay, good. Cooperation with staff. The supervisor will pick from this. Okay. So I come back to the question. So this is work performance is done. Okay, so the next section now should be for we are done with work performance. Let me add on practical skills. Okay, the next section will be for practical skills. So I'll come add a question. Still, I'll use the rate type, and then I click add question name. No practical skills. Then the question text. Let me just pick here. Okay, so we are picking from the UVTAB supervision form. So under skills, we have ability to put into practice training. You know all these parameters. So I will come and I say, rate the learner's practical skills according to the following parameters. Now, the possible answers here, the ability to put into practice, ability to relate theoretical, proper use of. So those are the possible answers. So according to the supervisor, he's going to award marks on how the learner is applying training instructions, theory, practice, integration, etc. Weak is 1, fair is, okay, this is the scale. Then save. Okay, so you would go on and add all the other components, the discipline, the safety. I'm sure Tvet trainers, we are used to these UVTAB forms, but now we want to give it a digital touch. So I preview to see how far we've gone. Okay, this is okay. So imagine if I'd completed all, it would look beautiful. Now, the next we need to look at, there is this general information, the supervisor's name, the comments, contact, and so on. So I will still come back to question. I add a question. This time I'm not rating because I want the supervisor to give the remarks. So I don't know how big the remarks are going to be. So I'll choose an essay box. I'll give them an essay box to type their remarks. Okay. So I'll click that and I'll call this recommendation. Recommendations. Okay, is it required? Yes. The size, let me make it big because I don't know how big the comments are going to be. So I'll say, please give your remarks here. Okay, and then I save the change. Another one, I need to add the name of the supervisor and the telephone contact. So I'll come, add a question, name of the supervisor, a text box is enough, add question, okay, name of field supervisor, name of field supervisor, maximum length, then question type, we say please enter your name. Okay, so I would go on, I add contact, date and stamp. Okay, maybe let me add the date because it is a different type. We should be having a type called date. Okay, it is here. So this is date, and then we say fill in the date, fill in the date of assessment, and stamp if they have an e-stamp. Okay, then I will. Okay, so we are done with most of the areas here. Okay, preview last time, name of this, the different rates the student on the following parameters, the learner's practical skills according to the following parameters. Okay, then the remarks, then the name, then the date. Okay, you could make yours to look better than this. Okay, so once all this is done, I want to add a thank you message. So I'll come to advanced settings, under the submission options, heading text. Let me say thank you, and then I'll say thank you, thanks for filling this form. Maybe I am the IT officer, industrial training officer. UTC lila. Okay, depends on how you want to end it. Okay, so I save this. Now, how is the industrial officer going to access this? We could create for them accounts, okay, or we could enable guest access. So let me assume this is now let me assume this is the IT officer. We've enabled them to access our system specifically for industrial training assessment. Okay, so if they come in here and they come to industrial attachment supervision, okay, so they will see the form here, industrial training assessment, this form, and then answer the questions. So the name is Wilson Peter, name of industry. This is National Water and Sewage Corporation, name of student. This is Odong, year of study, second year. Rate the student on the following parameters. This was, I think, work performance. Okay. So cooperation with staff, maybe 1. General ability to use various equipment. Okay. So he would award marks accordingly. Then in terms of practical skills, rate the learner's practical skills. Does he apply training instructions, theory integration, troubleshooting skills? Okay. Then please give your remarks here. The learner still needs some time in the workshop. Okay. In the workshop. Enter your name, that is the supervisor, Edmond. Then the date. Okay, that's the date. Then he submits 5 and 6 were not filled. Okay, I left some spaces here. Remember, we configured that everything is mandatory, okay? So you have to make sure. Oops, let me just use all this. And then submit. Number 5 again. Question 5. Let me use all this. And submit. Okay, so this is the thank you message we put in. So after the form has been filled, okay, now the trainer or the institution or the assessment board or whoever is in charge of correcting the responses would come to the form, okay, and then you see view all responses, okay, and then you would choose, do you want to view in ascending or descending order? You know, you can see all your responses here, okay, and then you would choose to download so that you can analyze better, okay. So you would go to download and then choose the format. Do you want it as PDF, Excel? Okay, so you would choose and then you would download. Okay, so when you open now, you should be able to see your data here. The general information, the name of the institution, the name of the industry, student's name, which year, Then under work performance, the different parameters we talked about, okay, they are all rated here. You go to the next category, practical skills. You would go to time management if we had added. Then the recommendations are here, the name of the supervisor and the date. Okay, so that's all I have for us today. As we come to the end, we've seen how the Moodle questionnaire activity can be used to transform, industrial, the traditional paper-based, attachment assessment form into an efficient, um, supervision and evaluation tool. So by digitizing this supervision form of UVTAB, we can simplify the way we collect our feedback and improve the accuracy of our assessment records. And I think this will reduce on the administrative workload and provide timely insights. It's we should run away from carrying heaps of papers while going to supervise our students. So I encourage you to adapt this solution for those of you who are already using the Moodle learning management system. You could customize whatever we've looked at to suit the needs of your department or institution. Thank you so much.